Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. This is Master FxShifu from the Universal Forex Dojo. Can you confirm if my sound is good? If my video is good, then I can definitely get started and we can take a look at what we can take advantage of today, guys. And please don't mind the sound in the background. We do have a bit of a power issue in our country, so you just have to go alternative energy. Okay. Can you confirm if my sound is good? Hi, KBB. Hope you're well. Do drop the page that you guys want me to take a look at as well. And let's hop on, guys. This was yesterday's gold, which went well. Just going to read that, move some of these. Okay, looks like my sound and my screen is clear. Drop the page that you guys want me to look at right before the pre-London. Let me try point you guys in the correct direction. Try give you some tips to work on, and hopefully you can grab as many pips as you can as the market develops in the day. Hi, Abe. Hi, Abe. Hi, Charles. Hope you guys are well. Let me start with gold. Okay. So as usual, this is from Thomas, of course, here. I'm going to start with gold. So let's see on the daily, as usual. You want to know where you are in price. You want to know what's happening. You want to know what structure is doing. And then, of course, you want to try and make sure that you're out of the wind when things do blow out. Or stay away from moves that are going to affect you. And today I'm going to try and get into as low as I can, go low, so we can see if something does trigger in this session. And then, of course, try taking it from there. And I see KBB wants us to look at US 30. Good morning, Kennedy. And then let's take a look. Okay, drop into the 1 hour. So me basically taking from the top, like I just explained, is to try and avoid any mishaps that could happen. I don't want to be caught up in a liquidity grab or in a move that's bigger than my short-term analysis, and try taking it from there. Like this one from yesterday, I mean, it literally we used I think it was an hourly, if I'm not mistaken. We used this hourly structure happening here. And then, of course, price did come back, but it literally wicked into the setup and then left, then completely tanked after that, after hitting our, I think it was 2R. So we're really out of the setup by then. Okay, so even here, we probably are going to find something like that. And this is a 30, by the way. So be careful, be careful. And I'm going to try to focus on this OB here because of this minor structure that's happening. So I promise you, if you actually do drop into the 15 or even lower, we are going to see it even clearly. We do have our low here, our high, the retracement, the low held, breakout structure here. So price should be coming back, picking that up and probably keeping on to the 30-minute structure. So we are going to try and go up from here using an unmitigated OB, and hopefully we'll find one that has some imbalances on the top, like this one here. There's a massive imbalance here. Let's look out. OB is an order block at KBB. OB is an order block. Okay, let's go into the 5-minute and try and refine it to get a nice stop loss range. And remember, now this is also dependent on your broker. So if you have too big of a spread and commissions and so forth, try and keep your stop loss range slightly wider than what I'm about to do now. So I'm just gonna use this candle here, which would keep our stop loss range at about 55 points. And this is taken from the 30-minute. So be careful of that. And I keep telling guys that when you do follow our setups, try by all means to not use limit orders. We're trying to use momentum. So you're trying for price to get into your stop loss range. And then once it gets into your stop loss range, let it go halfway. And then, of course, enter from there. There is a second of confirming the setup. And I'll just show it to you now, guys. It roughly follows this simple smart money concept here. So what you'll basically do is allow price to get closer here and then drop into your 1 minute time frame and start looking at what price is doing. If you start seeing something like this, let me just make it slightly bigger. If you start seeing something very similar to what's happening here, something like that, whereby price is basically breaking into this region, and then it starts halting, and then it starts giving you a bit of an upward push, and then it retraces. This is on the 1 minute, by the way, and then it respects the low and then breaks structure again. Then you start getting in using this low point here as your stop loss. So I hope that makes sense. And that's how you can use a second confirmation, of course, if you don't want to literally just use momentum, which also works perfectly, by the way, guys. Works brilliantly. Yesterday we did 2% growth just from using momentum without confirming the setups. Okay, so it's all about probability. It's literally all about probability. So keep the setup in mind. And then just to make things a bit easier as well, just gonna give you guys a point where you'll place your alerts. So this will be your 1822.644. So once price hits that level, you basically put a buy stop where your entry will be 1822.901, and then your stop loss will be 1822.361. So keep that in mind, and let's see how the setup works from here. Okay, moving on to the next one. I see Angus wants us to look at GU. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Maureen. Mohammed wants us to look at GJ. We just look at gold. Let's hop into US30. I did take a look at US30. It was not giving anything decent, and it actually just passed our stop loss range. So this is where we start placing our sell stops. So we're basically estimating that price should hold, these levels should hold, and then when it does come back, triggers a setup and then tanks from here. So this is an actual setup that we did earlier on. Let me just break it down for you, following the very same concept, guys. Literally the very same concept. I'm just going to erase it. I'm going to ignore this candle for now. I'm just focused on, just put this mark here. Just focus on structure here, whereby we had the high, we broke this point over here. So initially, and let me just break it up here. So initially we had this move, price retraced, broke structure, retraced, this zone held, broke structure, retraced. As it retraced, it broke the structure here. So automatically we just start seeing that the sellers are in. It retraced, respected the high, then came down to break structure. So at the retracement, this is where now we basically used this mark right here as our point of entry. And then you start going deeper into price to basically find an OB that would work for you. And then it'll look something like that. Okay. So now that we're already in the range, what you'll basically start analyzing now. An easier way would just be to just keep your points here. And of course, just wait for price to tank down from here using momentum. But now when you start going deeper into smart money concepts, you start understanding that as price is doing this, grabbing all, remember at every high here, there's liquidity. So right now, as it's grabbing this, there's imbalances being left along the way. So when this happens, you start understanding that price, there is a higher chance, higher probability of it coming down and continuing with its trend. So you just keep your points at the same level and then wait for price to actually start turning, retracing, giving you lower lows, lower highs, and then of course get an entry, or you can just use this one and then let it tank from there. Okay, so that's something that you can keep in mind. So if you do have a sell stop in place, then you definitely can keep that. Let me just go back and just keep the same levels. Okay, this is where we are. Just want to keep the same levels for record purposes. There we go. There we go. So let's keep that in mind. And the only time we'll actually stop looking at the setup is once we have this high beam broken there at the top. And once price does retrace, and then it forms a new higher low, and it breaks whatever high it gives you, then we're going to start looking at buys. So we're literally always trading what price is showing you, not what we want from price. So do keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. And then I'm going to hop on to the next one. See, Toth is asking, is TradingView much easier to use than Phoenix? Well, I find TradingView much easier. Easier to follow, easier to mark down. And of course, you keep a record of your setups, and you never lose them regardless of what happens to your devices and regardless where you are. So it's much easier and good for record purposes. Okay, so we've got your US30 setup. Now let's hop on to GJ. So ideally what you want to do, this is my own personal perspective, and it's been working for a while. You always want to make sure that you've got your entry, you've got your stop loss, you've got your risk long before the trade starts. And that way you are going to manage your money well. And of course, you're always prepared for anything that happens. If price does go against you, it goes against you, it's gone. You are out, your risk is done for the day. If it does go in your favor, then you're good on that end as well. So always keep that in mind. So that's why I always do this right before the London Open. By the time the London opens, we are out and gone. So we could find a decent setup in here as well on GJ. Same setups, guys, same setup, same rules. High, low, high should respect that high there because of this break of structure. So now it's coming back to fill that order block here, come back down, break structure, continue with momentum. So that's what you want to see. So let's see if it does fulfill that, and we may probably be late for this one, but let's see if we can get a decent OB to work with because price is already in there. So let's see. Okay, we're going to drop into the 1 minute. Price is already in that region. And then what you want to see in the 1 minute is structure. So you want to see the very same. That's what you want to see. Sorry about that. It's a bit ugly there. There we go. Okay. Let's see what it gives us now. And we can potentially get a point of entry here. So ideally, we've got a short. You want to keep this high over here. And then, of course, we'll refine it once we start seeing structure. And then this is based off the 30. So we are targeting this point over here. And this was ideally where you want to enter. So now let's see what it does. It just tapped into it here. And then if you are using our way of entry, you want it to hit the midpoint before placing a sell stop. And that's what I mean when I'm saying we could have probably missed it, but we'll have to wait. Let the trade come to you. Let the trade come to you, and you should be good. So those are your entry points to try work on. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to leave this one as is for now. And then let's take a look at the next one as well. So usually what I do, I place alerts literally in the middle. And then when price does get there, just follow the rules. But because we're using our own tool, the Osho toolbox, when price gets in there, it just follows the rules. Place your sell stops, adjust moves, partials, break evens, and does all that for me. Okay. But just you're starting out and you're following the rules, use alerts. They work as well. Okay. I see the greatest ever saying, are these charts shared? Just want to view them on TradingView because my video quality is not visible. I'll actually share them here now. I'll actually share them. So it could be much easier for those that can't see properly. Okay. Njabulu wants us to look at AUD USD. Can ask as many questions as you can. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. I see prices going back into our entry. We've got GU. We'll look at GU just now. We just looked at GJ. Gold we just looked at. Okay, so I'm just going to share this chart for you guys. Then you guys can take a look as well. Here we go. Let me just share the previous ones as well. There we go. Gold. I think this one is probably going to trigger later in the day, but keep it in mind, keep watching it, and then just see what it does moving forward. Okay. Do drop some of your pairs, guys. Oh, that's gold shared in there. And US 30. Almost forgot about that one. US 30. Here we go. Okay, wait, I just said gold again. Sorry about that. Why is it giving me gold? Sorry. There we go. 30 minutes, GJ. US 30. Open. There you go. Copy. And then okay. All these that we are looking at. So let us break them down and move forward. So I see you've got German 30, and AUD USD GU as well. GU is another pair as well that's very, very unfriendly. When it's friendly, it's friendly. When it's not, it's really not. Find myself hitting 4 or 5 setups in a row, losing them all. And that's where now it boils down to your own view, your own perspective. And the more you keep doing something, the more you start seeing which pairs don't work for you, which time frames don't work for you, which sessions don't work for you. You can just scrutinize it from there. So keep that in mind. GU. Nothing there. Now GU, there's nothing clean that I would like to look at. Nothing clean here. I'm definitely going to avoid that one. Definitely going to avoid that one. And then I'm going to look at your comments here. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. And then can all be good from there. German 30. Take a look at that as well. I'll try to answer your questions as I keep moving forward. Love from South Africa. Awesome, awesome. Am I using supply and demand? In essence, that's what I'm using. Because if you think about it, the way structure works, you literally are moving between areas of supply and demand. And the greater the other, the more price changes in a specific direction. And it's like using Wyckoff at the end of the day. So that's just a different way of putting it. But yeah. Okay, German 30. Let's take a look at that. Don't forget to like, guys. Don't forget to like. Okay, so usually this is the best piece of advice you can ever have, guys. When it comes to indices, you always want to make sure that you know what's happening in the daily and you keep these important daily zones in check. Because I promise you, this is where a lot of action happens. This is where a lot of hectic moves happen. I mean, I'm actually going to scroll back down to this German 30 setups that we did. I mean, if you think about it, most of these setups, I mean, they went quite well, the past 3 of them, and all of them are happening in very, 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 very decent daily zones. There's a daily zone here. There was a mark here. There was this one here as well. I'm not sure how I got to that one. And I think it was requested by one of you guys on the live. And since then, we've just been analyzing it. Okay. So you always want to make sure you know what's happening on the daily. And either you avoid trading too close to the daily, or when you do, you literally focus on understanding that by the time price gets to that point, you are most probably going to get a retracement. And if you do have tight stops, you can literally get away with it. You can get yourself a very nice, decent move and take it from there. Okay. So we've got our high here, we've got our low, retracement, the high held, break of structure, retracement into the very same order block, the high held again. So we could still find ourselves price retracing into, this is a 4-hour, by the way. I'm going to hop into the 15 and the hourly as well. So this is where price turned into, which is this order block right here. And then, of course, it literally dismantled it. So even if I go deeper to try find an unmitigated OB, I doubt I will. Let's just take a look. Here's one here. There we go. Okay, let's just take a look at how it looks. On this also where multi-time frame analysis comes in. So we can still actually get away with it. Let's see. Follow the same principles. Stop orders only. No limit orders. No market execution. Wait for price to get in the stop loss range. And then allow it to tank with you. Okay. So this is how we'll attack this one. I'm going to open it as well. And then I'll drop it in the comments as well. I see Valentin wants us to look at Euro USD. I'll take a look at that as well. Much love from South Africa. Awesome, guys. Unmitigated OB. Yeah, that's when you literally have to get into our analysis, our boot camp, and yeah, we break it down deeper and deeper. Okay, so let me just share this 4-hour. This is also where multi-time frame analysis comes in play. It's beautiful. I mean, you find yourself in 2 different positions, 2 different time frames, or even 3, going different ways. Let's see how it's gonna look. Let's hop into the 30. Hopefully we can find something in the lower time frames. And it looks like we just did. This could be a high risk setup, by the way, very high risk. So I'll just show you guys how to take advantage. So we just have a breaker structure here now. And then the most recent OBs, you've got one here, you've got one here. So I usually prefer using the most extremes. And you'll find yourself finding that one over there. And this candle right here, this massive one, it's leaving a massive gap here. Massive imbalance. And that just gives you ideas and direction that price is most probably going to come back. But now remember, it can still go to the top first and then drop from there. So be careful of that. And whilst it does that, I mean, this is the beauty about smart money, guys. This is the beauty about smart money. So right now it's closing. There's an imbalance here that it just closed with this candle. And then there's one here that most probably gonna be closed whilst it goes to pick up our orders here at the top. And whilst it does that, it leaves imbalances here at the bottom, and it's probably gonna come back to pick them up as well. So once you understand those perspectives, you start seeing the market in a totally different way, and you end up taking advantage when you see this type of moves. Okay, I'm not saying you'll be right all the time, but your probability of actually making profitable setups will definitely increase just by focusing on this very simple concept. Not even getting deeper into what we teach in our bootcamp, but literally focusing on these concepts. Okay, so we've got a second entry here, which was on the 15 on the hourly, and to be safe, price will probably come back in here, and then it's going to retrace again. So you'll probably either get in here, which is a high risk trade, like I just said. But if you wait for price to retrace, go back again, break structure, whichever high we get here, and only then when it comes back, you can place your buys going into the setup, or you have your sells coming back down. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. But meanwhile, I'll give you the risky one as well. Very risky. Wait, why am I using the wrong one? Sorry about that. There we go. And you find yourself with something that looks like that. Don't forget the rules, then you'll definitely be good. Okay, so that will be the second US 30 setup. I'll also post that in the comments there, and we'll take it from there. Okay. I see can I explain auto blocks, or like I said, just hop onto the lives over there. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. Let us grow the channel. Let me drop this in the comments right here. Here we go, guys. We just did gold at Johnson, AUD USD. Definitely take a look at that. I see Maureen's asking Wayne Mzansi. I don't know if you're asking somebody else there, but I'm in Johannesburg. Let us hop on to AUD USD. I don't think I saw anything here, but let's try and break it down. Try and see if we can. Okay, the daily. There's actually something beautiful here on the daily. Something pretty neat. It's just a bit too close to this level here, but we could probably find something. Looking at this massive candle here. It's pretty hard to spot, but if you probably hop onto the lower time frame, you'd see it clearly. We had this high here, low, high, breaker structure. You could count this high here, breaker structure, and then we just broke this one here. So you should most probably start seeing price trickle down into either this OB here, which it did on this level, or this massive one, and of course start picking our way up. And then if we are using the much bigger time frame here, we could see ourselves looking at this drop down, this massive retracement, this break of structure, massive retracement into this order block here, break of structure, and hopefully into this daily zone. So let's rather focus on this one, the daily one, and see if we can't find a beautiful setup, a beautiful point to get in from. Okay, there we go. And then hop into the 30. There is an unmitigated one here, which is much better, and it looks tight enough. Let's go into the 30, 15. Still looks fine, still unmitigated, so still good to go. And then go back into the time frames. And then this is a setup that we would be looking at on the AUD USD. There we go. Then of course we have something like that. Okay. Guys, even the way you manage your trades, it's very important, guys. How you exit your trades will determine your account balance, where you take your partials as well. Be wary of that and try and take partials. Always take partials. They help a lot. And I'm just going to share with you our screen. I'm not sure if I have it here. Just now, there's the AUD USD. See worldwide wants us to look at the USD Swiss franc, and then we've got Jace Pro at CHF JPY. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys our exit management. Let's see if I can find it here somewhere. It should be here. Let's see. I'm just gonna drop the screen here, and you guys will see. I think I dropped it right here. So you actually move your stop to break even at 1R. You close half the trade at 2R. You trail at 2R until you get kicked out. So what that means now is once your trade opens and you hit 1R, you move your stop to break even. The quicker you do, the better. So the tighter your stop loss, the quicker you can get to break even. When you get to 2R, you close half. and then you let half keep running. So every single time you move by 2s, you just keep adjusting. What that means now is from 2R, once price hits 4R, then you move your stop to 3R. And then once price hits 6R, you move your stop to 5R. So you just keep moving every 2R as price keeps developing. So you try and take advantage of that. It helps out a lot, guys. And then how do you join the classes? Just hop onto our site, uniforexdojo.com, or just drop me a telegram. And you can even check our YouTube. There's a lot of detail in the description on our videos. You'll find that over there. Okay. USD Swiss franc. Let's look at that. I see load shedding, just I felt it low. That's why you keep hearing the sound here. It's load shedding. So I have to have a UPS running to ensure I get my work done. Okay. Let's take a look at USD Swiss franc, see if we can find anything here. Let's see. Always start with the daily. Have yourself a view. Okay, there's a massive imbalance here. Oh, this was actually one of the best trades we had. Yeah, just hit 100R, literally dropped all the way. We got out at 30R, but yeah, this was beautiful. Let's see. I think if you actually do hop onto our YouTube, you'll see where I broke down this trade. It was requested by one of the people that watch our lives, just like you guys here watching the Trading Hut live now, and it worked out quite well. Okay, we have a bit of there's a beautiful Wyckoff schematic happening here, but Wyckoff is just another beast on its own, so there's a beautiful one happening there. Okay, let's see, hop into the 30. UPS, yep. I'll take a look at NAS 100 as well. I am not seeing anything clean here. Nothing clean there. Nothing clean there. CHFJPY. Just so I don't waste my time, I'm just going to start with the hourlies. Take a look at the daily. Most probably going to find a nice retracement at this point right now. There's a lot of liquidity here, a lot of it happening here. And I'll show you how I used to trade. I used to get a lot of R from this type of trading as well, where I'd basically rely on these OBs here at the top to have a nice sell off. So let me see if I can find one. And there's a massive imbalance here, huge one. So you're going to see price tanking shortly. Now the trick is to find a decent point of entry to catch the move going down. Okay, there's your stop. Let's see if I can find something in the lower time frames. Okay, let's go into the 1 minute. Make it bigger. Okay, we're gonna try find a decent entry. So what we'll basically be waiting for now is for this break here, and then use this point here as our stop loss. And then we are gonna wait until we can get a beautiful entry point, but we need to see a shift of structure. That means is we've got the push up, retrace, push up, retrace, push up. So you want this to be broken. And then this can also be, let me just take it back a bit. This one here could also be seen as a retracement. And then we've got the high here. And then we've got this push down, retracement. So now once this zone holds, if this zone holds, we are looking at a relatively less riskier trade. So we are good there. So let's see how this 1 minute will end. So now we just have a entry point right here below this break here. Okay, so we'll have something like that. Then let's see. And remember, this level must hold. No, let's just see how long. For 11 pip stop loss range. It's a bit too big, but let's see how that works. Okay. I see Hype wants us to look at NAS 100. We'll take a look at that. GJ, we just went from there. Yep, UPS is basically a mini generator. In this day and age, we need it. We honestly need it. We're sharing the screen onto YouTube, so you can follow that. So now we're just trying to see this move, see if that high holds, and if we can find a decent move to the downside. And remember now, here, we're basically using that massive daily zone where there's a lot of liquidity at the top. So we could also find ourselves price going up, taking all that liquidity and, of course, tanking. But I'm kind of counting on the tanking. Okay. Okay, just broke now. So we're going to wait for price to form a new high and then wait for it to hold. I think this will be the last one before the live. So let me just move that to the side a bit and just keep watching it. We're on the 1 minute. So now what it's doing, we're also seeing an imbalance being created right now by this current candle. So wherever it closes, let's see how it goes. Right there. Keep this low. And then let's keep watching. Okay, there's the new high. Let's see where this next 1 minute closes. So I'm increasing that stop loss range. Okay, see it tanking nicely. Let's watch. If you can wait, believe me, you've won half the battle. If you learn to wait, of course. Patience is one of the hardest virtues when it comes to trading, by the way. Okay, tanking. That's still your entry, the 141. So if you do have a break, now the only adjustment you're going to have is a stop loss. But that's still the entry there. So there's a new stop loss. So if you start getting another lower high, we're going to start tightening the stop. So keep that in mind. I'll just hop off as soon as this trig does trigger. Okay. And let's keep watching. How can you join the Discord server? Just hop onto our website and now you can check there. So we've got the bootcamp where it's everything in there, the course and the community, the setups, the videos. And then there's the Discord where it's just signals. And that it's check on the advanced signals tab. You can hop onto that one as well. Okay. Now we just keep watching. Based on what was the entry taken, or the entry is not taken yet, but it's literally based off the OB on the daily at the top. So we just took the daily OB and we literally just scrutinized it and went deeper into price until we got to the specific point. And then once we got here, we're following structure, trying to find a structure shift. And then once we do, like for now, we're here. Once we do find the structure shift, which would be the break of this zone here, and then this level holding, then of course we should see something. If it breaks, we should see something happening like that. So we can take an entry using the OB there, or wait for the next OB and then of course take it from there. But until that happens, we're not going to get in, and we'll just keep watching price as it keeps developing. I hope I answered that. Okay, which website? So the first time here, no worries. I'll just drop it there for you. Or you can just also drop us an inbox, and on the subject line, just type in the trading nut live stream, and then of course drop your questions. Here we go. It's another breaker structure here. So on the 1 minute, we are still bullish. We have to wait until we start seeing bearish momentum. So this is what I meant when I said when price gets into your stop loss range, start confirming it by watching what it does in the lower time frame, like now, the 1 minute. So we had a retracement, and then we had a breaker structure forming a new high. So what do? We adjust price again, keeping the high as our high. So until then, for now, keep this low, keep this break low as our entry. We need to see a proper shift, structure shift. And until then, you do not trigger, you wait. So ideally, if you had used our sell stop, your sell stop would just still be here. So you'll just wait for price to come and trigger your trade. That's it, nothing else. And then if you really want to confirm your setup, you'll do exactly what I'm doing. We're in the lower time frame, and you're literally just waiting for a structure change. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. The balance here was closed halfway. Let's see what's going to happen now. Keep watching. Keep watching. Awesome. Good day, Jay. I think this is literally one of the biggest reasons I struggle to do like long live streams. You'll have to wait. So I just place alerts and I come back to the monitor when it's time. If it's not time, I'll just do other things. But for now, let me just explain how you'll be following this, guys. And then I'm going to hop off because I see it's still giving us that bullish momentum. So it's going to probably give you a new high now, where you'll adjust your stop loss to above the new high. And then when you start seeing something like that happening, and then a retracement, and then the high holding, so price doesn't break the high, and then it comes back down again, then that's when you enter. So you'll have your setup looking something like that with the high. And then if you really want a tighter stop, you put the stop here. And then, of course, this will still be a bit of a risky entry. And then if you want less riskier entry, you'll wait for price to come back again, respect this high. And then when it does respect the high, then you'll have a new stop there. And then, of course, have your entry right below the break here. That'll be a less riskier entry. I hope that makes sense, guys. You're literally following the old principle: lower highs, lower lows. That's it. Okay. I see it's coming down. So that's still your new high. Let me just mark the price point quickly. There we go. Let's see if it will give us this before I need to get off. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're still dropping. Okay, so we're gonna first our first break right here at the bottom. Should be good, and then we'll see where it turns. I didn't put the entry here. Sorry. Let me keep. Sorry about that. Keeping this still here. For now, this is still our stop loss range, so price is still working in there. Let's keep watching. We just need to see structure breaks. So that's a high, formed a low, gave us a high, break of structure right now, just needed a bit lower. And then if it does break a bit lower, it should be coming back up, retracing this level hold. And then wherever it turns here, that'll be a new lower low. And then, of course, drop into the bottom. To be on the safe side, you can still keep this zone here and then just keep watching it. And if you start seeing the same thing keep happening, that'll confirm that this entry will work good for you. You'll just adjust your stop loss. Okay, hope that makes sense. But for now, keep watching it, guys. I'm gonna hop off, and we'll catch you guys next week, Tuesday, Trading Nut channel. And of course, you can watch our daily live streams on our channel, Forex Dojo. And I'll check you guys tomorrow, same time on our channel. And then on this channel next week, Thursday, do drop us an inbox if you have some questions, Telegram, and we can take it from there. I see something wants us to look at. There's a push-up. So if you've gotten too early, you'd have been kicked out of the setup. This is why you need to confirm your trades. Okay, so now we've got a new high. Here we go. Let me adjust it. This is where patience comes in, guys. Patience, patience, patience. New high. Keep waiting. We need that break here at the bottom. Okay, guys. Happy trading. Let's check again tomorrow, next week. Cheers.